Hi, I am Jazzie Carrington, and this is my show, What's Hot with Jazzie. I'm introducing you to the hottest, most innovative people around the nation, from pop culture entertainment to people making a difference in your community and mine, and everything in between. So let's get started with What's Hot with Jazzie. Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to What's Hot with Jazzie. I'm your host today, Jazzie Carrington. Have you ever found yourself saying, I quit? Well, what exactly does that really mean? Generally speaking, you may say it means, I'm done, I give up. Or some may say, you have no faith. You're not willing to finish what you've started. Well, my guest today has a different take on that, and she's gonna break it down for us right here on What's Hot with Jazzie. Yes, I'm here with motivational speaker, lifestyle skills coach, and the phenomenal author of her new book, I Quit, B Mack Writes, aka Bridget Mack. And today, she's going to explain what those words can mean for you. So, sit back, relax, because What's Hot with Jazzie is bringing you B Mack Writes.
Today, y'all, I want y'all to get ready. This is not something where we're going to come, we're just going to be looking at each other. We're going to be interactive today. I take this I Quit movement very, very seriously. Because when we don't quit on the things that are holding us back, we hold ourselves stagnant to the things that are going to eventually kill us. And let me tell y'all, it took me a long time to get to the point in life where I was ready to quit. Because I knew that, especially when I wrote the book, writing the book, I Quit, meant I was going to have to expose a lot of things and a lot of people. And it was not going to make them happy. But I had to think to myself, who am I protecting when I sit back and I keep my mouth closed to the things that are just not right in this world? By keeping my mouth closed, I help them make victims out of other people. But I had to get to a point where I just called it as I saw it. And when I got to the point where I said, you know what, I quit. I'm not going to work for people anymore for no pay. And then they're trying to hold me back on my benefits and my raises and my blessings and my peace of mind and everything that God had in store for me. So I had to get to the point where I quit. Amen?
Hi everyone, welcome back to What's Hot with Jazzie. I am here with the phenomenal motivational speaker, lifestyle skills coach, and the author of her phenomenal new book called I Quit, Miss B Mack Writes.
Thank you so much for having me on your show, Jazzie.
Thank you so much. I am so honored to have you today.
It's an honor to be here.
Well, I am so excited because we're going to really break this book down.
Ooh, girl.
I am ready,
Do
honey.
we have that much time?
Girl. But your book is so phenomenal, and just, even your video blogs, and we're going to get into that.
Okay.
But before we get into all of that, I do want the viewers to know a little bit about you.
Okay.
So can you tell us where you originally from, and exactly how did you come into this motivational speaking and being this phenomenal author?
Oh my gosh. Well, I would say by accident on purpose.
Really?
I'm originally from a small town, Gordon, Alabama. Golden. We had one store and a dirt road. I moved to Georgia after I got married to my king.
Oh.
And I've always, I started writing when I was in the 4th grade. And my teacher entered a book of poetry into a contest, and I won. So I was able to go to Troy State University for an entire weekend.
Wow.
And just kind of be tutored and mentored by the professors there. So I've always used writing as my therapy. When I'm having a good day or a bad day, I kept journals and diaries. That's something that my teacher and my mom encouraged me to do. And I've always been a mouth. I'm the oldest out of 4 children, so I've always been the mouth and the voice and the protector and the mama and everybody. So I just kind of fell into it because originally I wanted to be a nurse like my mama. So I went to nursing school and I took a year up, but it just it just kind of fell into place because as we worked in ministry, because I've always been in the church and just my different jobs with Habitat and working for the Department of Family and Children Services and just counseling. I don't know, I just woke up one day and I was doing it. I honestly cannot tell you how I got into this.
Now, speaking of the ministries, now I know that you are the head of Go Ministries. It's a nonprofit organization.
I'm a co-founder, my husband and I.
Oh, so you guys founded it together. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, Go Ministries is a nonprofit Christian performing arts ministry.
Wow.
I write the stage plays. My husband, he's the stage manager. So what we do is we take real life issues and we write them in stage play form, and we present them to our audience. And we do our stage plays for free to the public because we wanted it not to be something that would exclude families that couldn't afford it to come. So we do fundraising and we do full-blown stage. This is not something where you have a 10-chair and a table and a play. We do full-blown play.
Yes.
So we founded that in 2006. So we've been doing that for the past, it'll be 13 years in April.
Oh, wow.
This year.
And I know you've had like 31 stage plays that you've created, directed, produced, that has been very successful.
They've done very well.
Oh, wow, this is exciting. Now, we're going to talk about my favorite subject we're going to get to today. Your new book, I Quit.
Ooh, girl, okay.
Honey, let me tell you, before we get into that, I know you have a video blog. And your video blog sort of touches on these things a little bit. But what I love about your blog is even though there's humor in there, there's conviction. And you bring out some things that make you kind of go, So how did you come up with your, started doing your video blog?
Well, my video blog has went through a lot of name changes. I've had to try to find my way. I've been doing the video blog since 2009.
Yes.
I did not fall into Mama Mack until after my sister passed away.
Wow.
And so what I kind of did was took on her personality because she was the type of person that when you were going through things, she would always make a joke and then she'd give you the real.
Yes.
And so that is something that my entire family has always done, but she mastered it. And it's just like, when she left, I got a double portion of how she was. And so one day, actually, I decided to do a video blog based on how we did my now son-in-law when we first met him.
Wow.
So You Want to Date My Daughter. And before that, I had maybe 1,500 followers. I was happy to get 300 views on my videos at that time. And so one day I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make a video about how we did it. Because we gave him the business. We did. We gave poor man the business. And so I did it. I put on these glasses. I popped out the lenses because I wanted him to know I was crazy. I was cray. And I did. I asked him the questions in the video. I asked him, are you born male or female? Because you have to know these days. And so I did all of that and I just put it out there. And that whole night, my husband will tell you, the phone was pinging left and right.
Wow.
And when we woke up, it had gotten
it was like
hundreds
of thousands
views to millions, and then my following went up. So I did a video without the glasses. Nobody would look at it. So I had to go back and put the glasses back on because they didn't want to see me without the glasses. I was like, but they don't have any lenses.
Well, the pink glasses are quite fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
But speaking of the real, I Quit is very real. So this is what I did.
All right.
These resonated with me.
All right.
So there's 4 titles that I am going to name to you. And then what I want you to do is to break it down and explain to us what this means. Okay? So number 1, I quit recalculating my self-worth.
That was inspired by the "You'll never live in nothing better than a trailer" statement that was made to my husband and I when we were first married.
Wow.
And I talk about it in the book. He was pointing out a house that he would one day put me in, and the person that was with us, he's like, "You'll never be in anything more than a trailer." And so we always found ourselves in a position of people who were always telling us what we couldn't do.
Yeah.
And for the longest, I thought, well, maybe this is it for me. Maybe, I'm trying to reach for something that it's not meant for me to have. I'm looking, at a champagne style life when it's meant for me to live based on Kool-Aid. And so God had to put me in a position where I had to quit letting people get in my head and stop miscalculating my self-worth because they didn't know what 2 + 2 was. Because they kept telling me it was 3 and I knew it was 4. I knew it was 4.
That.
I knew that I could go for 4.
Yes.
But for years, I was beginning to wonder if I was a 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's deep. So, I'm a little speechless, but we got to go to number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, I quit waiting on an apology I'll never get.
Girl, I can think of a cajillion instances but I have a situation that kind of came up after my sister passed away, and I wanted the people who said and did the things that they did to be sorry. My husband taught a sermon that sometimes you have to accept the apology you never received.
Yes.
For you. God has to deal with them in their own time, but if you're waiting on somebody to give you what they don't have, you're going to be waiting for a long time.
Yes.
So I had to actually change my mind frame of thinking after I heard that sermon and start realizing that I'm expecting for them to live at a level that they haven't reached yet. Just because I'll be willing to apologize for my wrong don't mean that they will be, because they haven't gotten there yet.
Yes.
So I had to change my mind frame and to expect Lord help them to apologize to Lord, just touch their heart, help them to grow into being the people that you called them to be. And I'm just gonna say I accept that apology because they don't know any better.
Wow.
So you can't expect for a 2-year-old to know how to drive because they haven't reached it yet. So I had to look at them for the 2-year-old that they are.
Wow. Well, this one really resonated with me because this is something I myself personally had to work on. This next one.
Okay.
I quit ignoring the elephant in the room.
I think that is something that we all deal with. We try to accept things for the way it is.
Yes.
Because we don't see change, and then a lot of times we don't even realize that the elephant is there because it was there when we were born.
Wow.
And so it is my nephew, actually, when he was 3, my sister that passed away, her son told me when he was 3 years old, well, he was going before then, he told me, he said, Auntie, my heart wants to remember, but my mind won't let me. Talking about his mama. And there were some things that was going on with him, and he was like, I'm mad and I don't know why. And so he was a prime example for me, because sometimes when kids experiences trauma, if they're not allowed to go through the healing or someone to support them, they grow up with these elephants and they don't understand why they're so angry. They don't understand why they're dealing with all of these struggles. And so they have these elephants in the room, and instead of trying to really find out what the problem is, they just ignore the problem altogether, and they give into the anger, and they give into the generational curses, they give into the strongholds. And so that was why I strategically wrote that first in the book, because a lot of us are dealing with it and we don't even know why.
Wow.
And I can't wait for the conference tomorrow, because we're going to get into the nitty-gritty with that one.
I can't wait either. Okay, so number 4.
Okay.
I quit quitting.
Yes. Because we've all wanted to quit at
Yes.
some point in time.
Yes.
Because we quit on the wrong things. We will, keep pressing toward the things that we need to let go of, and then we quit on the wrong things. So I had to get to the point where I quit quitting on everything that I needed to actually hold on to. Because people will quit on God, they will quit on their relationships, they will quit on family, they will quit on themselves. And I was at some point in time with marriage, with God, with family, with hopes and dreams, I wanted to quit 1,000,000 times because of all of the other elephants in the room. And I had to make my mind up to quit quitting.
I love it. I absolutely love it. You are just so powerful and so phenomenal.
Thank you.
And this book is definitely a bestseller. So what I want to ask for the viewers, if anyone's interested in getting your book, we'd like to know where they can find I Quit.
I Quit is available exclusively through my website.
Okay.
A lot of people are wondering why I made that move not to put the hard copy on Amazon. That's because my goal in life is to create jobs, and I can't do that if I keep giving my money to people who are already there. So it's available exclusively through through my website, but the audio version is available on Amazon, Spotify, Google Play, and iTunes.
And what is your website?
My website is www.bmackwrites.com.
Okay. And I know you have tons of followers, but can you also tell everyone what is your social media that they can go to and follow you?
Oh, okay.
Definitely. They need to follow. You need to follow her.
Find me, babies. It's B Mack Writes, and all of them are the same for Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, Miss B Mack Writes, I want to thank you. I have so enjoyed sitting here with you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for sitting down on What's Hot with Jazzie. You are definitely a phenomenal lady, and so is your book, I Quit.
Thank you.
Which everyone, please be sure to go to B Mack Writes website to get the exclusive copy of her book, I Quit. www.bmackwrites.com. I want to thank you again for tuning in to What's Hot with Jazzie. I'm your host, Jazzie Carrington, and I'm out.